we get drunk? So what, we smoke weed? We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what, we go out.
Hey, let me get a lighter,
That's how it's
please.
supposed to be.
Cause you know I'm high as fuck and I forgot one. Keep that in there.
What's up?
Hey,
It's your girl Chrissy.
and I'm Lee.
And this is the Thick Twice Podcast, Season 2. How you doing today?
I'm alright. It's a Wednesday. It feels like it's Monday part 2, but
Yeah, I was saying that yesterday.
yeah. It's been like, I don't know, I feel like the week is flying by, but it's also going super slow. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's like Wednesday, but it's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday, and
Yeah.
it feel like it's at least Friday.
Dog, because you know what? Every day feel like Monday until it's Thursday.
For real, though.
Because Thursday is Friday Eve, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's the weekend. Then the weekend be like 2 fucking days, and then you be back at fucking work.
2 seconds now.
I swear.
And I think since, like, daylight savings time?
Girl.
I think ever since then, I just been, like, super tired. Too.
Nah, you know what? Now, how the hell is these hoes just gonna make daylight savings time permanent? Y'all just said, fuck logic, okay? We don't want to keep going back and forth with the hours.
So, like, did you see, like, or hear it's supposed to be, like, a bill to stop that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Okay, I'm not going to bring it up because I need to research, and I don't know if I heard it while I was half asleep because I sleep with the TV on
Mm-hmm.
or just in passing, but I thought there was, like, a bill that you, like, need to sign or, like, a petition going around to, like, stop daylight savings time.
Like, stop the band.
Stop the times.
Okay.
Like, just leave it as is.
Let me tell you something. Ain't no way that ever since I've been here on Earth that we done had the fall back and the spring forward, and this go round, y'all just like, you know what? We don't want to do this fall back and spring forward no more. We just sprung. Okay? We just sprung. Okay?
Other parts of, like, the world don't do it, so
I did see that. I had to look it up.
don't do it. Yeah.
I think China don't do it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I mean, it does fit. Like when we do the hour forward, it does seem like it's more daylight, but it's intentional. So
true. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. How have you been? What you been up to?
I feel like every time it's work, and we were just talking about how we just don't want to work the 9 to 5 anymore. It's just not conducive. It's, I was doing some research and they was talking about when the 9 to 5 was created, and this was more so about like labor intensive, like not really about somebody really wanting to live a life, have a family, like
balance.
Exactly. If you're working 9 to 5, like, and I have a kid that get out of school at 3:30, like that shit just do not go together.
It don't work.
It don't.
Anything fun though? Like, have you done anything fun?
No, I haven't done anything fun, but I did get invited to do a casting call
cool.
for a fashion show, so that'll be in like 2 weekends.
Oh, cool.
I've been slowing down on the modeling and fashion. In our last one I was kind of talking about battling with seasonal depression a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if it's seasonal. It might just be like an on and off thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like some days I feel great, and then other days I'm like crying.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm getting through it, and I feel like that's just why I've slowed down a little bit on my content. You might not see me on Instagram as much. I just need to, just refocus. Exactly. Because it ain't even been a lot going on. It just feel like it's just,
Oh, I definitely understand that, like, just heavy energy.
Definitely.
And it's not like a good heavy energy. It's just like a weight. Like, I do feel that, like, it's not just seasonal depression for me most days. Honestly, like, it's been really, really, really hard. Like, I know people probably see me out on, like, social media and stuff, but, like, it's been really hard for me to get up and do everyday stuff. Like, I've been needing glasses for months, and I was supposed to go back to the eye doctor and pick out a frame. Like, that's all I need to do.
And you love glasses.
I love my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't get up and during the day and do it.
Yeah.
I can't get up and do grocery shopping. That's been really, really hard. It's just been really, really hard to get up to, like, do stuff during the day. Like, even getting dressed and, like, taking a shower and stuff. So, I got dressed for the podcast.
Yes. I just saw a girl who I went to school with posting. She posted like a video of herself. Excuse me, that wine getting it to me. But the girl, she was pretty much saying like, today I got out of bed, I took a shower, I played my favorite song. Like, just know that, you know, if I've been a little distant, like, just please give me grace, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, damn, is everybody going through this shit right now?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, I'm seeing it in a lot of places. But yeah, everybody, just make sure we're taking care of ourselves as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a hard time right now, we will get through it. There are brighter days ahead. So yeah.
Or you just sit in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just sit and feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, start slowly getting back at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not something that you have to jump and be like, oh, I'm okay today.
Like, yeah, like fake positivity.
Okay,
because
I can't.
Positivity.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
All right. So we have our first segment. How do you feel about?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about? What's yours?
No, you go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about the Shade Room?
Okay, I knew that TSR, what that meant. So I know, like, okay, so I know that people hate the Shade Room. It's like Black negativity. Why are you sparing all this gossip? But personally, I've always been like a gossip page girl.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Media Takeout. I used to be on Media Takeout every day. I know all the sauce about everybody. But that was middle school, like high school. What was the other? Oh, World Star Hip Hop. If you wasn't checking Media Takeout and World Star Hip Hop every day after school, or even during school, if you knew like the little sites to go around, the sites they blocked, HiTupac.com. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, you would go to HiTupac.com and then you type in Media Takeout from there.
I'm screaming.
Period. So
put me hip.
We don't have to do none of this
no more. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure. Like some of the stuff is like, wow, who is this person? Like, why are y'all even talking about them? But I know like the negativity side of it, but it is a guilty pleasure. Like I do check. I'm not gonna unfollow the Shade Room.
Yeah. And that's exactly kind of what I'm glad you said all of that, because that's exactly what I've been seeing in the social media sphere. Like people saying like, get rid of Shade Room because it's, you know, pretty much blasting like negativity about Black people and posting like, you know, controversial stuff, stuff that makes people look bad. Sometimes they highlight like good things, but a lot of times it's like gossip shit, you know, and gossip shit ain't good all the time.
It's not.
Yeah, but personally, I don't mind it. I feel like you just have to take, you know, you gotta take it as it comes. Like, don't like let that be your only source of news.
Yeah.
But also like, I mean, it's for shits and giggles sometimes.
Yeah. And I feel like they try to demean it because it's like, I don't know, I think Black people run the Shade Room, so they like, this is anti-Black, blah blah blah. But it's like, there's also E-News, Entertainment Tonight. Like, there's always been shows like this.
Yeah.
And so don't try to, like, demonize it so much because it's Black people doing it. Like, there are shows like this everywhere. Like,
exactly.
And, like, white people, they definitely have, like I said, like, their own gossip blogs. Like, I watch Sloan on YouTube. It's, like, SLA4N. It's, like, Sloan. And he gossips all the time, like, about Drake and Josh. And, like, it's like the white tea. Like, I was like, ooh, look at this Jasmine tea. But,
not Jasmine tea.
But, for real, so I feel like it's done to all races, all ethnicities, and it's a part of like the celebrity hood, unfortunately.
Yeah. That, you know what, and that's why I personally would never want to be a celebrity.
Yeah, no.
Like, nigga, you find tooth combing motherfucking Twitter tweets I done wrote in 2010.
Yeah.
And you're bringing up when I said I hate that motherfucking LeBron James hairline is receding, and then they'll be like, Krista says that she hates LeBron James. Like, it'll be some crazy shit like that.
Have you seen the post where that man and his dog, it was like celebrating my dog's 4th birthday and my birthday at the same time, and he made like the cutest freaking flyer. It was like him and this little Yorkie terrier, and the terrier's like sitting on his shoulder, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, like your daddy's the sweetest, because the boy was like, look at my daddy head ass, like making this flyer with him and the dog. It took 24 hours to get to the internet. You know what they did?
What?
They found the case of that man's fraud. Like, he's like a mayor or a city council. He's like under fraud right now.
I'm screaming. Not that I dug up dirt on this man.
On the man and the little puppy. So now everybody like, it's still love Molly. Like, this 64-year-old man did not know about Twitter.
Yeah.
And the power of Twitter. Now his whole life is like out there.
That's hilarious. But yeah, people will bring up old shit and you'll be like, damn, I forgot I even said that shit. Yeah. And what's yours?
So my how do you feel about was like a big argument on Twitter like over the past weekend, and it was like, okay, it was always the argument of how to dress feminine, how to dress modest.
Yeah.
Like, to really step into your femininity, you don't have to show your ass and titties and wear bodycon stuff.
Yeah, I've heard this.
It was just really big. And so like the examples people was wearing was like church suits, like and so like how do you feel about that like conversation? Because it's brought up at least once a year.
Wear what the fuck you want to wear. If it's modest, be modest. If you want to be motherfucking wearing the BBL fashion, wear that fucking BBL fashion. I feel like people just need to stop putting their thoughts and opinions onto other people. Like, it's a girl on TikTok and that's all she wear is like pink, and it's just like she's fucking out of Legally Blonde or some shit.
I know who you're talking about.
And you know, personally, not my style, but guess what? She loves that shit. And that's all she fucking wears. And people be in her comments talking about, girl, when you go switch it up, blah, blah, blah. And she's very like, no, like, this is my style. So whatever your style is, let that be your style. And if you're a person that switch up your style, you know. But personally, I don't want every girl dressing the same. And I don't want every girl dressing like they going to fucking church. Yeah. Like, that shit is boring. It could be cute, but it's not a lot that you could do with that. Like, when I think about that, I think about women who are, like, they wear hijab, like the burqas. Yeah. I think that's modest. Like, that's, like, super modest. Like, and they rarely have, like, ways that they are able to, like, really express themselves in that.
Yeah, I've seen some people who wear hijabs. I've seen them go all out. You know, like, they makeup be popping. The scarves be, like, different textures, different designs, like, sometimes they wrap them differently, match the scarf from like the dress a little different. So I've seen them freak it out, you know. Oh, that's probably
not freak it out. You're right. Now that you said, I have seen them like do some cute stuff with the hijab. Yeah,
but like I feel like it is a big disservice to like do that to people. Like, sometimes people are inappropriately dressed. Like, girl, okay. But if somebody's just trying to like get by or look cute, like, there's no need to bring in like feminine or masculine qualities into it. Just because it's like, who's to say the girl who wearing all pink versus something I'm wearing is feminine, bringing out my most or highest feminine energy. Yeah. Because most of the time the stuff I wear, I'm fully dressed and I still get like comments like, you trying to be fast, or I remember one of my first days at work, I was wearing like these really cute pair of like work dress pants. They had like spandex in it, but they were like, you know, just stretchy dress pants. And I was coming down the hall and the manager was like, one of the managers there, she was just like, oh, I love your leggings. And
not leggings. Like, bitch, these ain't leggings.
I said, they aren't leggings, but thanks. Like, I can't help the way I shape. Whatever I put on is gonna take my body shape.
So that's a whole other conversation about how people try to sexualize, like you know my cousin, China. Me and her could wear the same. I've said this before. We could wear the same thing, but if on me it would be sexualized, on her it would just be fucking clothes. Yeah, you know, like that shit's crazy.
It is really crazy, and I think that's all what it comes down to, honestly. Like, because there's been times where I thought I was really, you know, professionally dressed or dressed for even like a family event. Like, I thought I was dressed okay, and then like a family member said something like, "Oh, you trying to be out here at a family event?" Right. Now I make it awkward. I tell them like, "Why are you sexualizing my body at a family event?" Yeah. And they be like, "What? What? Shut
make them right. Make them feel awkward.
Make it awkward.
Definitely. Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
All right, so it is still March, and we are still in Women's History Month. So shout out to women, especially the Black ones. Okay. So we have a couple of highlights for this episode. So, do you want to start? Or you want me to start?
I can start. So, this week for my Black Woman History shout out, is Hattie McDaniel. And Hattie McDaniel was born in June 1893. Wow. I had to like switch that in my mind. I was like, not the 20s, not the 19s, it's the 18s. And she died October 26, 1952. She was an American actress, songwriter, and comedian. And for her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, she won an Academy Award for the Best Supporting Actress. She became the first African American women, men, in between, non-binary, African American, period, to win an Oscar.
Period.
Hattie. She has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and was inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in 1975. In 2006, she became the first Black Oscar winner honored with a U.S. postage stamp. She was inducted into the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame. In addition to acting, McDaniel recorded 16 blues albums between 1926 and 1929. And she was a radio performer, a TV personality, and she was the first Black woman to sing on the radio. In the United States of America. Period. Although she appeared in over 300 films, she received screen credits for only 83 of the films. And so she was just an amazing woman, and had many firsts and held that like with a lot of pride. I also want to read like a few of her quotes really quick, and I think it like sums up like how much pride she took in her work and like how she was representing like the Black community. And she said like, "I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry." Another one of her quotes is, "I did my best and God did the rest." The last one says that the entire race is usually judged by the actions of one man or one woman. So definitely she wanted to like make her mark on the world. She did. And she was like the first for so many of just our community, and definitely just want to uplift her even when she's gone. Like,
definitely. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you pulled up her picture, at first I thought it was the lady from Good Times, but that's not her. For real, they look similar.
They do.
But shout out to Miss Hattie. That is awesome.
So who are you talking about this week?
So I'm talking about the lovely Ava DuVernay. So Ava DuVernay was born on August 24th, 1972 in Long Beach, California. Although she did not pick up a camera until she was 32, Ava has made history as a writer, director, and producer. She was the first African-American woman to win Best Director at the Sundance Film Festival, be nominated for a Best Director Golden Globe, direct a film nominated for a Best Picture Oscar, and direct a film with a budget. What? Over 100 million. Girl, a budget of over 100 million. My God. Y'all spending that on movies. Her work has made her the highest grossing Black woman director in American box office history. Period. Her latest project, When They See Us, was nominated for 16 Emmy Awards, making her and Beyonce the first African American women in primetime Emmy history to receive multiple nominations in their careers for directing.
This is so amazing.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
That is beautiful. And I have watched a few of her films. So
what are they? Like a few? I probably know a few.
Girl,
like,
now you about to.
I'm sorry. I want to be a part of the group.
Okay, so she did A Wrinkle in Time that had Oprah in it. She directed Selma. I saw that, and I don't think I saw these, but also listed Middle of Nowhere, I Will Follow, This Is the Life. I haven't seen those.
I'm not even gonna play with you. I ain't seen none of those. But I know they're like, I haven't seen them for a reason, because I didn't feel like watching Black struggle, because we was living in Black struggle. That was when like the police brutality was like at its highest and all of that. So I watched the 13th Reason, or the 13th, not the 13th Reasons Why. It was like the 13th Amendment or something like that on Netflix with my class, with my students, and I like cried the entire time. So like, her work is beautiful, but you know, sometimes Black struggle. I be Black struggling myself, so I be having to take a break.
Agreed. And we do need more. We need more of Black Panther type of shit. Maybe not superhero, but you know what? They were even, I know this is a side note, but you know, like that movie Soul. It was like a cartoon movie. So in that movie and in Princess and the Frog, they start off as Black people, but then they don't end the movie as Black people. The whole movie do not be them as Black people. Did you notice that?
I mean, at the end they are Black though.
At the end, it's like at the very beginning and at the very end, because they just so happen to probably get turned back into a Black person.
That's true.
It's very crazy.
True.
All right, so that is our Women's History Month highlights. Next we have Into the Thick of It.
Hey.
Into the Thick of It. Into the Thick of It.
What?
All right, you want me to go first?
Yes.
All right, so first on my list is Darius Cooks. So I don't know if y'all know about Darius Cooks, but he is a popular social media chef. I remember seeing him back on social media when I was like in college. So he been out here doing this shit for a minute. But basically, my man's been in some bullshit, apparently. So earlier I was on TikTok and I heard Kev on stage talking about it, and that's what kind of made me look further into it. So basically, this man been out here scamming. This man been out here stealing recipes, okay? So, Stovetop Kisses, I believe is her name. Basically said that like when she was up and coming, like he stole one of her recipes. He's also gotten fined hundreds of thousands of dollars for having a company that was doing illegal credit repair. Like, sir, your name is Darius Cooks. Why you out here doing credit repair? Like, make it make sense. And then also some of his workers previous workers, because I don't think he's in the restaurant business right now. But they complained that he did not pay them after they was working for him for months, or like one girl said she was working for him for a month and she never got paid. So it just seemed like Darius Cooks out here, he ain't cooking. He ain't doing good.
He out here scamming.
He out here scamming. Like, why?
Why?
Yeah. Next. Sorry, that wine, Lord. Okay, so in our last episode, I talked about Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is going to be, hopefully, the next Supreme Court Justice, and the only Black woman to be nominated. So shout out to her. But she's currently having her confirmation hearings where basically motherfucking senators get to ask her dumbass questions just to see like what she say. So first of all, she is the most qualified candidate that they've ever had. And guess what? They're trying to treat her as if she's not. They asking her questions about, this nigga Ted Cruz said, oh, these books right here are about critical race theory, and he's like reinserting parts out of it and asking her if she agrees with it, and she like, I know she wanted to say, nigga, why is you asking me about this?
Yeah.
But she kept it cute, and she said, I've never read those books, and I don't talk about this in my work as a judge. Like, so why are you asking me unrelated shit? And like, would you have asked a white candidate how they felt about critical race theory?
Mm-mm.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
So why are you asking her, and it's unfucking related? Like, this other nigga had asked her, oh, what's your religion? She said, I'm Protestant. He was like, do you think you could judge a Catholic? Dog.
What?
And he's like, how often do you go to church? And he was like, well, I only go like 2 times a year, so I guess that says something about me. He said some shit like that. Listen, I was looking at clips, and I'm just like, she has nice stature. She is, what's the word? She is
like, you know, she got her stuff together.
She got her shit together. Yeah, we're gonna say that. She is careful, okay? Because you have to be. She was careful with her words, careful with her responses. And I just admired that because she didn't let they dumbassness kind of like, you know, knock her off her square.
Yeah, and I feel like as a Black woman, when you are like on your shit, like they really try to find anywhere to nitpick.
Swear.
They try to find any little thing to say. Sometimes even during like my yearly reviews, it'd be like, oh, okay. When you don't answer emails, that make me feel like you're ignoring me. Like, girl,
what?
Did I do the task or not?
Not you gotta respond and do. Okay, can I just do?
And I respond now to not hurt their feelings, but it's just little things that they'll start picking at you and that's messed up. Like, they're already starting for her. And then I also heard today, like, you know, like when she does get into the Supreme Court, like, she not there to fix every Black issue in the world. Mm-hmm. She's there to do a job. She's a Black woman doing her job.
Yeah.
Like, she can't, the whole Black struggle, Black issues with, like, police brutality and stuff. Like, she's gonna try to do the best she can, but she isn't gonna, like, always have to root for the Black people. And so that's another struggle, you know what I'm saying, she may be dealing with too, like, all this pressure. So
definitely
I've heard that. I haven't watched much of her hearing, but like just through listen to people, they said like she's not really tough on criminals, and that's what they were looking for.
Bruh.
And then we had somebody tough on criminals like Kamala, and people hated it. So like people hate her for that. So it's like
you can't win.
You can't win. You can't please people.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking about that, one of them did ask her. He said, "Yeah, so when you was a judge, you didn't give child predators the harshest sentence that you could. So do that mean that you think that they should be like, you think that it's not like as serious?" He said some shit like that. Dog, it was so many times where she let out a little sigh, like, senator. Like, she did that shit a couple times. And I'm like, I know she just want to be like, why the fuck is y'all asking me this dumb ass shit?
Like, keep that composure.
She really did. Like, they asked her about motherfucking papers that she wrote when she was in college, nigga. Like, and she really remembered, like, she like, no, that paper was about XYZ. Like, you not about to fool me. Like,
oh my goodness.
It was... Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. Because you gotta be on your P's and Q's.
You really do.
When you step into a spotlight like that. Like, they gonna test you.
Hell yeah. And they did.
And
they
cracks of your soul. Like,
for real. And then my last thing, so Kanye was told, you can't perform at the Grammy, sir.
He's sick about it.
I know he's sick. Okay, but you know what? Something about Kanye tells me that he still go find a way to Kanye this shit.
He is.
He I don't think he go perform, but he might have another one of them moments where he go up on stage and take the mic and start saying some bullshit. I just feel that from him.
I feel like he gonna tell everybody to boycott the Grammys because they're anti-Black and like I just feel like he gonna try to do like a mass boycott of like, if you my real fan, you not watching this shit. Yeah. Like type stuff.
I can see him doing that too.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see him storming the stage, and I can also see him doing that.
Yeah, like a social media boycott.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope Kim Kardashian is not like one of the presenters or no shit. Like,
oh, he really popping up then.
Girl, that nigga crazy about her for real.
Really popping up. I don't know. I feel like it's like a factuation type thing.
It really
when
is.
He had her, he really. I mean, when he had her, he was buying her thousands of roses and stuff like that. So maybe he did. It's just like, dealing with his mental health issues.
Yeah, and that's what I never know. I don't know if it's his mental health stuff. I don't know if it's, you know how some niggas start acting like when they know that they lost their bitch for good, like they start acting out a little bit.
Yeah,
it might be a combination of both.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So on my list we have Lakeivia Jackson. She was the mother of Young Thug's 14-year-old son, and she was actually shot and killed outside of a outside of a bowling alley.
I thought you was gonna say outside of a Burlington. I thought you was gonna say Burlington Coat Factory.
I really was about to say Burl something, but that's not what I meant to say. I can't talk, y'all. It's I blame it on my big lips. So she was outside of a bowling alley. And it was like a senseless killing that was reportedly over a bowling ball. So
wow.
I guess somebody in the alley wanted the same ball that she was using, and she said no. And that ended up to, her being shot and killed.
You fucking kidding me.
And so many were shocked by the reports, and as it turns out, Jackson was on the phone with her mother following the shooting, although eventually she passed away while on the phone. And so many are looking for answers regarding the shooting, and they believe like one person knows what really happened. According to Georgia Shadi, this could all be over a gang dispute between, we're not going to say gangs on this show. Well, I've never heard of this gang, so YNF and YSL.
Yves Saint Laurent?
You see that?
Not they stole the designer name.
They said next we're gonna hear about Gucci gang.
Gucci gang. That's fucked up though. Rest in peace to her.
Yeah, and I feel like it's so sad and like so sudden, so senseless, like over a fucking bowling ball. Like you took somebody's life, like
yeah.
And it's just been so sad. Like during the pandemic, and throughout our pandemic, violence against Black women has risen like extremely. Like I don't have the rates right in front of me, but I know that every 6 hours a Black woman is murdered here in America. And so that's something like I'm really passionate about talking about, and just shedding light to, because like we're out here getting killed and murdered and nobody's defending or stepping up to save us. So definitely do what we can to support each other. And I don't want to hear the talk about you need to get a gun, because at the end of the day, that's still a consistent circle of trauma. Like even if that person kills the other person, you know what I'm saying? Even if that person kills the other person, how do you know they're not gonna have PTSD and that's gonna cause that? Or if the person has the gun, they can't use it, or like it's not the end of the issue, because at the end of the day, the issue is like the people that are the murderers or people who sexually assault. If they don't know that that's wrong, a gun, a knife, that's not going. How many cases do we hear where people have weapons and they still die? Like, so yeah, it's not an answer for that.
Yeah, and I've been saying that so much lately. Like, oh, this is why you need to be carrying. This why we need to. This why we need guns. This why you need to get a piece. And it's just like, I really couldn't even imagine being in the predicament where I have to pull my weapon on somebody and really use that bitch.
Yeah.
Like that shit, you really have to be prepared for that shit. Like, I'm ready to quick draw this shit on you if I need to. But a lot of people like fight or flight or freeze. Nigga. Okay, I'm like, shit, what am I doing? But yeah, definitely rest in peace to her.
Yeah, so that was the first one. The second one I have on here is Mulatto, because I'm going to call her by the name she came out as.
Big Lotto.
She trying to do some back changing and what is it called? When they try to clean up something. I'm losing it.
It's okay.
When they try to like go back and clean up stuff, no, you came out as mulatto and
you said she can't take it back. No take back.
And now you trying to be big lotto once the Twitter got to you, because once Twitter got to you, they gonna tear you apart.
And that's it. They probably like, why the fuck you calling yourself mulatto? Just like fucking light skinned Keisha.
This is man. I've always been nicknamed that, and I've always had sandy hair. And okay, but you're still perpetuating racism. Anyway, so Mulatto, actually, she like did an interview this week, and she was saying that her album actually got like held back for a little bit because she wouldn't sleep with one of the male artists that was on the album, and so their production, like the male artist out, like people held the song back or held his verse back or whatever they did, and so she was just like, yeah, like once I didn't want to like have sex with them, go out with them, like deal with them in that type of way, like they just started treating me different. And she was like, this is what women in the industry really do have to go through. And I think it's so sad. And like the album track, they did come out, so like the track list, we don't know.
Because she said he's still on. She said he on the album.
She said he's still on the album, and so when the track list came out, who was on there? Kodak Black. I immediately thought it was Kodak Black because of just his dealings and like the news and gossip, whatever. We know Kodak Black. He be in jail every other day. He just seemed like he out there like that. So that was Kodak Black. Kodak Black came back and was like, that shit not me. Yeah. Like, I don't even want y'all to bring my name into that because that's not me. So, like, it was, like, Kodak Black. It was Nardo Wick.
I don't know him.
Who Won't Smoke With Me?
Oh, okay.
It was, let me see. I think Lil Wayne was on there.
It ain't Lil Wayne.
I don't know. It was Lil Wayne. Dang, where'd it go?
Okay, there we go.
Childish Gambino, 21 Savage, and Kodak Black. And it has to be either 21 Savage, Lil Wayne, Childish Gambino. Oh, Lil Durk on there too, though.
Ain't he with India?
They don't care. And she light skinned too?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I actually heard that her and 21 Savage might actually be dating. Okay. I heard that. Don't know if it's true. Okay, like I said, Lil Wayne, I just don't see it. Like, I've only seen Lil Wayne, other than Toya, I've only seen him date like non-black women. I think he got a color issue. Definitely. But she is light skinned and she be having blonde hair, so it could be. Now Nardo, I don't know a lot about him. Kodak Black, personally, I wouldn't even have thought it was Kodak. Really? I don't know. I see Kodak Black as such a goofy ass nigga. But I don't know. White. Yeah, that. My name Kodak Black. The way you see me, I'm white. Yeah. I don't know, but whoever it is, fuck them, because that shit is not cool. Like, because I did hear her. I saw a little clip of that interview, where she was talking about, men basically, doing too much. Like, if we go make music, let's make it about the music. Like, let's not go past this. Can you just imagine? Personal. Yeah. Can you imagine going to a guy like, hey, I need some work done in my bathroom, and he like, I ain't gonna fix your toilet till you give me some coochie. Like, what we doing? Like, what is this?
Ooh. And it's like, and it's really awkward in situations like that, especially like, I don't know, stores that I may go to, gas stations that I may go to, dispensaries that I may go to, like, and it's a worker in there that make it awkward for me. Like, I've stopped going to places because, like, the security guard, like, follow me to the car, like, all up in my face every time I go in there. I don't even like to be seen out in public. So, you showing me all this attention, I'm trying to get in and out this building, like, that's too much. So, like, it is uncomfortable. You can't even, like, conduct yourself, like, definitely, and be professional. Like,
and just, and can I just be, like, can we just not even think about the sexual shit? Like, that's why in our last one, what we say, can men and women genuinely be friends? Yeah. Can they genuinely just do business and that's it? Like,
and please. So it's real messed up that she has to go through that. But I think a lot of women have to experience that. And men in other ways. Like I've seen like some older women be like pushy, like, "Oh baby, like why is you touching him?" Like
Yeah.
I'm ready for a bitch.
I've definitely seen that shit. Yeah.
I'm ready for. I already told him I'm ready to fight, and
And
he gonna have to bail me out of jail.
And that shit is so weird. Like he gonna have all the little girls chasing after him.
Why is you staring at him?
Like why are you even looking at kids like that?
Like I low key like came at my daddy the other day, cause it was like I don't like the like he like. So Jeremiah, he older, like he's 14, but he's like 6'3". Like he's a handsome boy. And so it was like something online. It was on Facebook, and somebody was like, "Yeah, he's 6'3", and he told her like weight and everything. And I was like, "Why are you putting his like not credentials, but why are you putting his measurements and things on the internet? Like you don't know who's a pervert and not. Like don't put that stuff about my nephew on the internet.
True.
Like don't even upload pictures like him. Like you don't know who's watching, and why are you telling people this? Like he could get trafficked. Like it's so much stuff that happens. Like don't put that information out there." So yeah,
especially not about the minor.
Not the baby.
Not the baby.
And so after that, Just Going Wild, that closed out. But after that, Maury is actually coming to an end after 31 seasons.
31 seasons.
31 seasons.
Wow.
Maury
My man is out here with the running squad.
Are you the daddy? Do the camera.
The cameraman.
The cameraman. That's what we gonna really miss.
Hell yeah.
I feel like Maury used to be like quality TV, like growing up in like maybe early 2000s, but then he solely did like paternity tests, and it
be messy.
redundant.
Yeah.
I definitely as a teenager, like for my 18th birthday, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go. I'm for real. I told everybody. I even wrote like a whole paper about it. I wanted to go to New York and see the tape of Maury. I wanted to see the Montel Williams show. I wanted to see Jerry Springer, and then I wanted to also see Wendy Williams.
No,
I
why the hell you want to see Montel bald head ass?
Because he used to have Sylvia Brown on there. She was the psychic girl.
Oh, okay. Like Montel out of all people?
They all in the same area, like in the same city. It's crazy.
Okay. That's funny.
And so, yeah, so that is finally coming to the end. Like, I never thought, nobody ever thought Maury was going to end. So, definitely daytime talk shows is like a big thing. Like I said, I like gossip. I like daytime talk shows, like, as a kid. So, seeing that come to the end, that's definitely, the times is changing.
They really are.
Times is changing.
People don't watch Maury no more.
Yeah, they don't. And then the last thing on my list was Detroit has been named the best pizza city in the United States, ranking number 1 in pizza passion. So Detroit has been named the best pizza in America with the most independent pizza restaurants per capita and most Google searches in the variety of pizza styles.
Interesting.
Yeah. And everybody was like online, okay, like talking shit like Detroit. Why would Detroit be the pizza place? I just want everybody to know, coming from a foodie, and I love doing my food history. Little Caesars was created right here in Michigan, and Little Caesars is like number 2 on pizza distribution like list.
Number 2.
Guess what? Domino's was created right here in Michigan, and Domino's is the number 1 provider of pizza in the world.
Number 1 Domino's.
Period. So Detroit and Michigan, we're pizza places, and we need to take our mark in the pizza world. Okay, it's not just Chicago or New York.
That's exactly who I thought about. Chicago.
And they pizza look nasty.
No, okay. The only pizza I fuck with when I go to Chicago is Giordano's stuffed pizza.
Yeah,
love it. Oh, I got some. We went.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we waiting in that line for that.
Went, dog, 45, 50 minutes. Like they was not playing.
But yes, give Detroit their pizza crown, because we deserve it, and we have our own style of pizza too. So yes.
Well, that's what's up. I do love a pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza is actually one of my favorite foods. Deep dish.
Okay.
All right, so Our main topic for today is millennial expectations. So we both identify as millennials per science.
We barely made it.
We're on the cusp.
It cut off at 95.
They really be trying to call us Gen Z.
Yeah,
we're not.
It cut off at 95, and like, it's from 19. So millennials, because I had to look this up. Millennials goes to 1977 to 1995.
The fact that we're in the same bracket as a 1977 nigga
is wild.
That's wild.
And they be trying to talk. 80s babies try to talk so much shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's wrong with 90 babies. Bitch, we're all millennials.
Yeah. And we are.
And
All right, so I'm glad you started off with that. So my first question on here was, what is a millennial, and what does society say about us? So I'm actually looking at a page on LinkedIn, and it says millennials are multitaskers.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I think we should just go through and say, like, we agree.
Yeah.
I definitely think we're multitaskers. Like, we're definitely not the, like the generation that just has to like, work, go home to the kids. Yeah. It's like we're doing multiple things.
Definitely. And I think that like our upbringing was like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking like even like PowerPoints, like Prezzies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just put words on a page and keep it going. Like, everybody hates you if you just putting text on a PowerPoint. Add a GIF, add a video, add a little transition wobbly, like, and do something. So I think like just even our learning styles as we were like coming up was like that too. Like,
that's so true. Millennials are connected via social media. So true, because social media is definitely our generation's like bread and butter type of thing. My mom's generation she's a baby boomer.
Baby boomer. My parents are too.
So they didn't do social media. They ain't have it. Mark Zuckerberg wasn't out here yet. Mark Zuckerberg is probably a fucking millennial.
He is.
Yeah. And I definitely think that that's a main way. Like, I used to see my mom like on the phone a lot, because that's how they stayed connected, was talking on the fucking phone.
Yeah.
But we stay connected through social media, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that also, it's a good and a bad. Like, I hear like my mom talk about, like my friends back in high school. I'm like, girl, you can find them on Facebook. And so it's interesting, like, just hearing a different perspective. Like, once they lost a friend, they was gone forever. Like, they ain't
no finding.
I know where all my best friends throughout my whole life, for the most part, I know where good, from like preschool on up, I know where they at right now.
Yeah. That's what I fucking like.
Yeah.
For sure. You're like, damn, whatever happened to them? I can just look them up on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're tech savvy, definitely.
Definitely.
We were proven to be the most curious generation in the workforce today. Curious.
Because our workforce isn't our parents' workforce. I know, like, growing up here in Michigan, like, I've always seen, like, my mom worked for the plant. Okay, so, jumping around. First of all, when we say plant, we're talking about, like, an auto factory. One time I had somebody was like, plant, like they working with plants, and I was like, no, that's not everywhere terminology here. So like, we talking about auto factory, Amazon, we just say plant. And so I see my mama growing up, like working at the plant, working like 12, 13 hours a day. My grandfathers worked at the plant too. Like, it's just so hard on their bodies. And so like, growing up, I like knew I didn't want to do that type of work. Like, I've done physical labor work before, for like a few years, but like even that was like a lot. So like, it's just, you see them growing different. You see it, people don't have the same jobs. People don't stay there as long. Like, ain't no 20-year job. I don't think
I ain't about to be no 30-year bitch. I always say that. I will not. Like, I've been working at this job for 4 years, and I'm like, bitch, it's time to figure out the next move.
Yeah.
Because I totally agree with you. Like, my dad has been working at the plant for over 20 years. My mom has been working at the bank for over 25 or 30 years. And I just be like,
How?
Like, it's really crazy. And I think that we also are more in a sense of, well, so it's so many things out there that we don't feel like we have to be tied down to this one job. Like, oh, this is all I'm gonna find, whatever. Like, no, it's like, especially if you have some type of credential, like a trade or a degree. Yeah, it's easy as fuck to just be like, oh, I'm about to go apply to other jobs and probably get a fucking interview at this point.
Because at the end of the day, like, I think that generation, like baby boomer generation, and even like Generation X, which is 1965 to 1976, I really feel like they made their identity their career. You know what I'm saying? Like, their work, and not even made their identity their career, because I feel like that's what our generation is doing, like by taking YouTube careers or social media content creation. Like, that's making our identity a career. I feel like they made their careers identities. Like, I'm a postal worker. I'm the best damn postal worker in the state, and I show up to work at 6 a.m. and leave at 12 a.m. Like, it's just like, we're not tied to our jobs like that. We'd be like, this job can replace you as soon as you die. If you can't you can't make it to that job, they're gonna try to find a way to replace you. So we definitely like just connect with that more.
Definitely. It also says that millennials want instant gratification and recognition. How do you feel about
that? Instant gratification, yes. Like, I feel like we are used to like us putting a picture out there and it's getting an immediate like. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Back in the day, somebody used to have to put their picture maybe in a bathroom stall and wait to get caught. I don't know how y'all used to do it. But, like, you know, we're looking for that immediate, like, oh, they like me. Oh, they agree. Like, even, like, tweets or, like, Facebook statuses. Like, did somebody like my stuff? Like, did somebody agree? So I do feel like it's in that. And, like, dating with, like, dating apps, it makes it, like, instant gratification. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like, you know, we don't stick stuff out. So, like, Johnny back in the day, that was the only guy on the block. You know what I'm saying? And you was going to work it out with Johnny. Because he was probably, like, the only person in 100 miles that you really like.
Yeah.
Now, it could be like Johnny down the block, Andrew around the corner, Chris is down the street. Like, I know where all y'all at.
Yeah.
And it's thousands of other ones on his dating app that's, you know, can entertain me. So, yeah, I do feel like we fall into that.
I do as well. Especially with the, like you said, with the social media, and also in wanting success. Like, you know, I think we all understand that we have to work for success, but we be like, I just want to wake up tomorrow and be fucking famous.
Like,
you know?
how we was talking about, like, we don't want to work the 9 to 5.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think my mom's generation ever said, I don't want to work the 9 to 5? If you wasn't working the 9 to 5, you was working the 3 to 11.
Exactly. You gonna work a shift.
You gonna work a shift, right? We want work-life balance and flexibility. Definitely
100% agree on that, because we're not trying to be at work all day, and once, like we said, like, it's not our identities. Like, we got other stuff we're working on.
It says we enjoy being team oriented and collaborating. I mean, you see all these social media collabs. I mean, they be like, oh, this is the collab I didn't know I needed.
Or like people around the city got their little like cool gangs.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
We do want authenticity. Okay, I feel like who wouldn't want authenticity? Be your fucking self.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like some people still struggle with that.
Oh, definitely.
We want transparency, so in work and in relationship. Definitely. I mean, I feel like
for authenticity and transparency in our generation, I don't think that's real. I think we want fake gratification, because it's like, even with like being authentic, like, we don't even put our real selves out on the internet, and especially
only
like,
your best self.
And lately I've been pulling away from social media too, because like everything is irritating me. Like, everything is content creation. Everything gotta be put together. everybody's uploading their daily, this is how I live role. Real.
And we know that's not how you. Dog, remember that fucking shit I sent you where this nigga was waking up in Savage Fenty lingerie with the little eye patches on, and he was opening the block. Nigga, that's not how you wake up. Stop lying to us.
Like everybody's a foodie now. Like, just do what you like to do, and like this is like. I'm trying to make even my more personal page, like, just more personal. Like, this is me. I'm not calculated. I'm not trying to get a deal. I'm not trying to do something. Like, I'm just trying to post a funny meme and some rap lyrics.
Hell yeah.
Like,
you know, that actually just made me think about something. So when I had started getting more into the modeling and the content creation, like, you know, that shit was just for fun. Like, I clearly don't take it serious enough to where I'm trying to, like, make that my life.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember people, like, was in my inbox when I was doing that, and they was just talking about, oh, I could tell you go be big, you go be XYZ, and I'm just like, nigga, I'm just doing this shit for fun. Like, nigga, I'm glad that you see something nice. Yeah. But it's just like, that's not even what I'm trying to go for. Like, I'm just doing this shit because it's fun.
Kristen, that's me 1,000%. Yeah. So when I get those messages, like, because, you know, I used to do, like, Instagram polls, like, what movie do you like? What do you remember this from back in the day? Like, I used to really, really, really be on my stories.
You did.
Like,
people loved your stories.
People love.
You got shared on. What was that? Her story or something had got shared. Who was that by?
A lot of people.
It had went viral or something.
One of my posts did go viral. That's a story for. We can do a viral podcast because we both went viral before. Yeah. So we can talk about that. So one of my posts did go viral, and it was posted by, like, you know, like Jackie Aina.
That's who it was. Yes.
Or whatever. But I used to really have a lot of fun, like, just creating stuff on Canva and, like, posting it. Like, I just really like doing that. And now I feel like it's not a competition, but I feel like it's not as innocent as it was. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be like, people call me a socialite all the time. That's not what I'm just out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a socialite. I'm not trying to do nothing on purpose or intentional. And I feel like, I don't know, social media got away from that. And now that I do think about being intentional and stuff, so, like, maybe starting a YouTube channel, maybe doing this, I feel really cheesy, like mad lame doing it.
I feel you, and it's just like, to be quite honest, a lot of times I'll be like, I don't know how people do this shit, like, every day, all day. Like, I really fucking don't. Like, especially, like, with wanting every moment to be perfect. I don't want to say any I want this to look this way. It just gets too much, and it's too superficial. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to be real. I want people to know me as Chrissy, as Kristen, as the real me, you know, not just like this social media person. Yeah. You know?
And so, yeah, I went to a concert on Monday, Spare the Moment, artist I love. I saw that. So freaking happy. I went by myself. My daddy, like, I got home, because I live with my parents right now, pandemic, money, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I got home, and he was like, so did you meet your guy down there? Why do they think I'm dating somebody?
Did you meet your guy?
They be really trying to ask me, like, trip up questions.
They really think you lying to them.
They be really thinking I'm lying. I'm like, no, I'm a weirdo. Like, you raised a weirdo. I go out by myself. And so, it was really amazing. I loved it. But I brought it up just because, like, I could have did, like, a solo date in Detroit night. Mm-hmm. TikTok. And I didn't feel like doing that. I thought about it the whole time and was like, this could be a TikTok. And I don't care enough. Yeah. So, but it's like, you know, if you want that, you have to be intentional about it. So the transparency and the authentic, like, being authentic, whatever, I can't say the word to say. But I think it's fake. I don't think we want, like, the hardcore stuff. Like, they will cancel you if you say some messed up stuff. But we definitely create our own reality filters, Instagram, like the Facetune stuff. Like, yeah, we not transparent.
Girl, that Facetune stuff is crazy.
You see what Chris Brown mama be doing to her pictures? Yes. I'm telling everybody about that.
I think you showed me the picture. But yeah, it's so superficial. And I feel like, you know, that's one thing we should strive to do is just, as much as you can, like, just be your authentic self. Like, not what you think people want you to be, but, like, who you really are.
Yeah.
And of course it's okay to like say, you know, I noticed this within myself and I want to change it or whatever. That's okay.
Yeah.
But not like just, I don't know, not just being something that you're not.
Yeah.
They also say we want career advancement.
Get us money.
Definitely.
Now.
We want diversity.
BIPOC.
Yes, they said we're the generation that's been pushing for the most diversity.
Yeah.
As we fucking should. You know, I seen a TikTok and this thing was like, people was like, I was born in the wrong generation. He was like, well, what generation would you prefer? The ones where we were in shackles or the ones where we were being sprayed down with hoses? Like, nigga, we isn't the best generation right now. Like, stop fucking playing.
Honestly, like, and you know, like, you hear certain stuff was better than, like, Black Power, Black Love was better in certain generations. But it's like, for our rights and civil rights, like, yeah, we have a lot of things we need to work on for sure, like 100%. But you can't tell me I'm not safer than what I was in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't imagine what my grandma had to go through,
Girl.
like, growing up in Tennessee, like, Jackson, Tennessee, like, on a farm. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, just being afraid. Like, my dad told us this. He was like, my grandfather never looked a white man in his eyes. And that's always so powerful to me because I'd be like,
okay, bitch,
I'm doing this for
away.
my granddaddy. Like, I'm not looking away. I'm getting in your face. I'm not moving out your way because I heard a statistic that white men don't move out of black women's
And
way
they
when
don't.
walking. So I'm standing like a rock and I'm looking at you in your eyes.
A lot of times white women don't either. White people in general.
I'll let you bump into me.
Listen, because
I'm sturdy.
You know, one time I was in Chicago, and that's what I noticed. Like, I'm like, these bitches is walking 5 bitches across the fucking sidewalk and expecting us to get smaller, but y'all the 5 bitches across the sidewalk. So I turned to whoever I was with, and I said, I'm not getting out of nobody else's way. And don't you know, when they see me coming towards their ass like a motherfucking truck, guess what they did?
Move.
They running. Move out my fucking
Move
way.
out the way.
Share the fucking sidewalk and stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
I know we just went off like trailing about that shit. But those were actually some pretty good ones. Like, they didn't shame us in that.
They
Shout out
didn't
to
shame
them.
us. And most of the time I do hear like millennial shame.
I hear a lot of millennial shame, so shout out to LinkedIn for not shaming us.
Yeah.
You know, another one that I hear a lot is that we have been taking time in starting families, in getting married, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, for sure. Like, I literally told my dad, like, because before I went to the concert, he was just like, I hate that you be out here doing stuff by yourself. Like, I actually hate that so much. Like, da-da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Dad, this is like, you know, like, I'm growing up. Like, doghood is lonely. Anyway, I got on
Your little soapbox.
my little soapbox. So I was like, doghood is lonely. Like, people have other lives, like kids, relationships. Like, I can't always depend on other people to do stuff. And so he was just, I was like, you got to think, like, my adulthood and your adulthood is too different. I was like, by the time, I was like, I'm 27, almost 30. I know you hate that. But I was like, by the time you was my age, you had 3 kids.
Fuck. Mom, see, and that's crazy, right? Because my mom didn't get married until she was 30, and
Okay.
she didn't have me till she was 33.
Okay.
So a lot of times I hear most of parents like yours,
Yeah.
like they was already like married, about to be married in their 20s, having a family.
Yeah.
And it's just like, nigga, like me right now,
Like, I can't imagine myself married with 3 kids.
I
right
could
now.
not. 3, oh Lord.
And so I feel like, yeah, our adulthood is different. Our struggles are different.
Mhm.
And I feel like I don't know. Our generation may seem immature to other like baby boomers or Gen Xers. And it probably is. They was doing some hardcore adulting by now. And that's why we struggle with, you know, adulting. That's why we have a whole word for it. Like, I hate adulting because
I tell my dad that every time I come in here. He be like, how's it going, Dad? I'm tired of being an adult. Like, why you ain't tell me?
why you ain't tell me?
And they did tell me, be a kid while you can. They used to tell me that so much. So you know what I said? Yep, I'm gonna be a kid while I can. I feel like I milked it as long as I could.
I don't think I did.
Gotcha. Yeah. So when you were growing up, did you ever play that little? It's like a
MASH.
Yeah, MASH. You ever play
Yeah,
MASH?
yeah, definitely MASH.
Do you feel like why were we thinking about like adult shit as kids?
Yeah, because it's like it's all a part of, it's all a part of like just the journey. I think like we wanted to imagine like what's the most
What's
lavish
life gonna be like?
Yeah, like what do I want? Because we don't have
It
control
was
of our
the
lives.
most lavish ideas.
Yeah, because we don't have control of our lives as kids. So
Yeah.
we like, this is the adulthood I'm gonna create.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Definitely. I was like, oh, by 25, I'm going to have a Range Rover and a Rolls Royce. I'm going to be married with 2 kids.
Oh
I'm
my
going to be making
God.
$300,000 a month. Like, it was crazy shit. Like, why was I thinking about me being 25 when I was like 10? Like,
Yeah.
it was like, I was just reflecting on that. Like, and I feel like, I don't know why I feel like I had a teacher ask us, like,
Where do you MASH?
No, like where you
Oh.
see yourself, like when you become an adult, like what's your goals and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I'm like, why was we being asked about that?
They want you to prepare.
They want you to prepare for being an
for
adult.
for the realness of adulthood, for real.
Right? So as a kid, where did you think you would be by 27? Like, just give me like a picture of like where young Lee said, by 25, 27, I'ma be.
Yeah. Okay. So I always joke with myself. I don't think I've ever told anybody this aloud.
And now we're telling everyone.
It's not bad. But I always joke with myself and I laugh now because I was like, you was a crazy little bitch. So it's like an insider joke I have with myself. And a lot of people wanted to like be married with, like you said, like married with kids at 25 and like have a nice house and car. I told myself as a kid, I remember saying this verbatim: if I'm not a millionaire by 25, I'm gonna be a fucking has-been.
Has-been, hang it up, flat screen.
If I'm not a millionaire by 25, my life is over. I'm really washed. Like, I'm gonna just be a bum-ass bitch.
I swear.
Like, I was like 12 years old, really I used to have like existential crisis as a kid because I used to watch Oprah and see like, super 10-year-old genius and ran their own business since they was 5. And I'm a Capricorn, so I think this is just a part of us. Like, I was just like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not making enough money. And I'm like 13.
Yeah.
I'm not balling yet.
Yeah.
Why am I so behind? And I thought people told me I was intelligent, so I'm like, I'm not even that smart. I'm not on Oprah, So I got it in my head that I needed to be a millionaire by 25. And until I was about 18, you know what I'm saying? I really thought that I was going to be able to accomplish it. Like, I don't know. I just had a lot of fucking confidence. And then definitely thought I would be a homeowner by now.
Yeah.
Something they didn't tell about how like adulthood is housing is really hard.
Man.
It's so hard to be able to afford your own housing. I was watching The Road Home or something. It's like Lead Me Home. It's on Netflix. It's like one Oscar nominated, so it was in like the list when you first pull up Netflix now. Crying so hard watching that because it's like it was about homelessness in Los Angeles or Oakland, and it was so like the homelessness has doubled since the pandemic. And there was times where I thought like I was gonna be homeless, like I wasn't gonna have anywhere to stay. And so like housing is hard as an adult. And so I thought I would definitely be a homeowner, and I'm not just a home, just a mansion, like and or a condo. Always wanted a condo with a Fendi rug because of Drake lyric. But yeah, I thought I'd at least be a millionaire with a home. I never imagined myself having kids. So never imagined myself being married. So it was just that. I was gonna marry myself. I used to pick out my Tiffany ring.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I was gonna have a self wedding. I've always kind of been like this.
Yeah. I've always been like this since I was a kid.
I have. But yeah, so that's definitely like I'm not struggling with it because I do realize how confident I was as a child. It was a little ridiculous and unrealistic, of course, but I do struggle with some of that stuff. Like, on the other end, like, you know, some of the stuff I've never thought about, now I'm struggling thinking about it now. Like, damn, like, are you, as a kid, like, you not having kids, you not being married, like, that was cool for you. Like, as an adult, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of, I see why people have kids, so they don't be lonely when they're old. So, like, I struggle with that. Like, why don't I want the same things other people want? So,
listen, I think wanting kids is like a whole different level of life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely not there.
I'm not there.
I'm not there at wanting kids. Like, and I'm honestly not even there to like force it either.
Yeah.
Like, but like I said, you know, similar to you, I definitely thought I was gonna have money by now. Like, I was gonna be a millionaire, doing something. I don't even know how I was gonna get it, but I was gonna do it. I was supposed to be driving, like I said, a Rolls Royce or Bentley.
Lexus 470. They don't even make those no more.
For real? Girl, I don't even know what that looked like. And yeah, you know, I used to, in theory, say kids, but, you know, I feel like as of now, and that's kind of leading into our next question of, do you feel pressure right now? I feel like I don't feel pressure per se.
Okay.
But I feel like, especially when it comes to success and money, I feel like I put pressure on myself to do better. Like, I'll be like, damn, like, I feel like I should have more money in my bank account. I feel like I should be doing XYZ. I should have a successful business right now. I should be living off of my business. Like, it be things like, this is what my coworker says, you should on yourself. You always say what you should do, like, instead of just, like, saying what you could do.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, you know, putting all of these expectations on yourself. And sometimes I do find myself doing that. Like, oh, why am I not doing this? And why am I not doing that? But I feel like that's really the main thing that I sometimes have to check myself about, in terms of finance. But kids, not pressed.
Yeah.
Marriage, not pressed. I'm not even pressed if, you know how people be like, oh, like, we got to be married within 2 years, or he don't really love you, or why we together? Like, I'm not one of them bitches. Like, I feel like after 2 years, you don't know somebody. You really don't.
I'll be afraid if somebody asks me to marry them after 2 years.
It was a girl on TikTok. I know, TikTok. But
it's the app of the year.
It's the app of the year. But the girl was basically, it was like a thing, like, you know, it's one of them little songs, but it was like, when she told me, it was a video of a man and a woman, but it was like when she told me that she doesn't live with her boyfriend, and then it was like in 3 months he proposed to her. To me, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
I would feel like you only proposed to me because I told you I would not live and cohabitate with you because we were not married.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're only doing this so that you could get the perks of us living together.
Yeah.
Not because you really want to be married to me. That was the only thing I seen from that. She was posting it as if it was a flex.
Yeah.
But to me, that shit was weird as fuck.
Yeah. I definitely feel pressure. Not like too much pressure coming, because I be chilling. But like, I just get like other people creating that pressure for me. So like I said, like, I don't know, like my family be thinking I'm lying about my dating life and like who I'm dating. I'll be like, I'm not that.
They probably just think you being just secretive.
Yeah, they think I'm being secretive. I'm like, y'all, I'm not that interesting. Like, when something happens, you will know. And so
you're very interesting.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. I feel like you are very interesting.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's just they just think you lying.
They just think I'm lying.
Yeah.
Maybe think I'm interesting and that I'll be lying about, like, you gotta be going out with somebody. You look so nice. And I'll be like, thanks, but I'm not. Or like, yeah, they definitely pressure me about kids. So I get asked about having kids like once a week. And I'm like, I'm not having kids. Like, you would be a great parent. And I'm like, I don't care.
Why your parents pushing that on you?
I don't know, because they think I'll be a good parent, but I'm like, I don't want to be one.
Not you got mama energy is what they say.
They do. A lot of people say that though. Like, a lot of people say like, I just have a nurturing and like safe energy. And so even the woman who I helped give birth, like she gave like a help with that situation. Last person I helped doula.
Yeah.
Whatever. She was just like, how many kids do you want? You're such a natural. And I'm like, none. And she's like, what is going on? Like, I did not expect you to say that. So a lot of people say that. And I love working with kids. So then they be really shocked when like, I don't want my own. But
yeah. But you know what? Deja, same way. She loves kids, does not want her own.
yeah.
I think that's so interesting.
I think it's such a responsibility. I think for me, it's such a responsibility that I would not just want to hold right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to honestly keep myself tied up.
We trying to stay
on by a
afloat.
string.
Okay.
And so yeah, I feel certain pressures because I'm like, what if I'm making the wrong decision? Like, what if I'm being hard headed about this stuff? Being like anxious, avoidant, which I can be. But the other part of me is like, like you always been on your own journey, your own path, and everything that's for somebody else is not for you. Like I'm not even that type of person. Like I don't really go with the flow. I usually make my own. So, so yeah, it's like I feel that pressure, and I also have to like stop myself to and talk to therapy about it, because it's like everybody else is doing it, why am I not? So.
Yeah, I think we definitely be putting expectations on ourselves.
Definitely.
And allowing society to put expectations on us. And really like everybody's life is different. Everybody's path is different, and everybody's journey won't be the same, like you just said. And the last thing on here was retirement. Let me tell you, my dad is going to be retiring in 2 years, and that man is the only one that been putting retirement in my head, because I'm like, could you imagine reaching a age in life where you no longer have to work?
Yeah.
I would love that.
I don't think we have that anymore, though. That's why I added retirement. I don't think our retirement is what our grandparents' retirement was.
No. Them niggas be having $200K or something.
Ain't no stopping working at 65 and you sit for the rest of your life because you were able to save and use Social Security. Like, we don't live in that generation no more. Like, our generation is probably not even going to have Social Security.
That's fucked up.
At the going rate that we're doing with jobs, we don't even like working like that.
These niggas don't want to work.
We don't want to work either. So like we're definitely going to have, if there is ever a retirement, there may be just a retirement from a certain role. Let's say you are a, program coordinator for like 25 years, at different places, of course. And you saying like, yeah, I'm retiring from program coordination. I'm going to do modeling. Like, this is my next career, modeling. So I feel like we're going to have those type of opportunities, but not like we're always going to have to work.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like my job got a 401k matching program, so hopefully that do something for you, girl. Okay.
For real.
But shit, like I said, it's my 4th year, and I ain't trying to be here more than one more. So we don't even know how big the retirement fund go get for it.
For real. And so I think we gotta think of retirement different, or because I see like older people now going back to work. Like my parents still work. They're probably gonna work till after 65. Like, I see people at Meyer. Like the other night, I went in there like 11 o'clock at night. And it was like an older woman at the door. And I'm like, you must be at home.
The greeter?
Yeah, the greeter.
Greeters be old.
And I'll be like, why aren't you at home? But it's like, you got to make money and take care of yourself.
But you know what? Sometimes niggas retire and then be bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a few people like that too.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was our main topic. I don't think we missed any.
I don't think we missed any either. Our last one was like, do you ever feel like where you're not supposed to be by 27 in terms of success? And I feel like we answered that. Well, I feel like I am giving myself the grace and the space to be where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and the time I'm doing it. Like, I'm not about to like, 27, I should have been a millionaire 2 years ago. I need to just do.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm just like, stuff happened. My life's plans, I was a little overly ambitious without the resources to do certain things, like especially owning a home. But I'm going to make it do what it do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like in terms of success, like I said, of course I want more. Like I want more for myself, but like you just said, I have to remember to give myself grace and remember that, things take time. And just to be patient with myself and, not down my own fucking back.
Yeah, because we're surviving right now. Like, we've lived through two economic declines, or economic depressions. We are going through a war right now. We lived through a pandemic. We've lived through 9/11. We lived through seeing Katrina, police brutality. Like, we've lived through a lot, and so social media, like we talked about. So it's just so many things that goes into why our generation is different from other generations, and even what our milestones are. So yeah, give yourself some grace.
Definitely. Oh, and I forgot to say, team fuck them kids. All right, so next we have our Think Twice Try of the Week. We're gonna get us some jingles.
We're gonna get the jingles together, y'all.
All right, so my try of the week. So this past weekend, I tried a new restaurant, Maggiano's. So I recommend that you all try a new restaurant in your area.
Okay.
Even if you have to travel 20-30 minutes, try something new.
For small businesses.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you like it? Was the food good?
Yeah, it was some good Italian food.
What did you have?
I had chicken and spinach. Ooh. It was some pasta that was folded over. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my try of the week, I have two. Okay, one, watch Young Rich Asians. No, but sorry. Wrong continent. Watch Young Rich Africans.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Because I want to call them Crazy Rich Africans. Because
it's Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah. So watch that. I just watched that. I binged that all last night and this morning. And so come back and we're going to talk. Because I don't like a few people on there. Tell me who you don't or do like. And we're going to talk about the drama. Because why would they leave off the season like that?
It must have been a cliffhanger.
It was literally like the biggest cliffhanger. Like somebody found out that somebody else was messing with their old ex. Why they was sitting in the house all together.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
What? Okay, anyway, so watch that show, come back, give me commentary, let's talk. And then also my next one, this is for y'all, not for me. So listen up. This is for you, not for me, not for Kristen either. So listen up. Give Corny Man a try.
Not give Corny Man a try.
Give the corny guy a little try.
Why?
Just get, because we may be missing out on some gems.
Like Russell.
Like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, Sierra's man, seems...
He seemed like a fucking cornball, but he's a cornball who make his lady smile.
Like a corn ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like GMO corn.
Yeah.
And even like his interviews are really like cringy. He'd be like, I can't wait to put another baby in her. And they're like, Jesus Christ.
Did he like get on his knee and ask her?
And she like, even during the interview, she was like, I'm not thinking about kids right now. He's like, yeah, still can't wait to put another baby in you. Like, okay. This is not, stop. You're getting me distracted. Listen, I'm grabbing the mic. Give the corny guy a chance. Get a free meal. You know what I'm saying? Go, be razzle dazzle. Tell him not to touch you. Put boundaries there because where's my hug? They're that type. But just experience a nice corny guy for once. So at least, he may have been a little lame, but I still appreciate it when he did that. You gotta know your parameters.
Mm-hmm.
So give a corny guy or girl a chance.
The only time that I feel like people would be sad about your advice or your try of the week is when you give somebody that's not your typical type a try and they still fuck up. That's what I cannot deal with. I cannot deal with me stepping out of my comfort of what I like and say, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy a chance. He might be different. He might, and then he turned out to be the exact same fucking way. Like, you motherfucker. I'm sorry. Hopefully the one you try doesn't do that.
Look, I didn't say go completely out of your range. I'm still grabbing the mic. I just said, you know, like, he can still be fine. He can still be
He can be fine, yeah.
Still be all the rest of them. He just he don't got the little hood-esque to him.
We know a corny guy.
We know a corny guy.
Yeah.
We know a few corny guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They corny, but they good guys.
To other women, yeah, to other people. So y'all give them a try, not me, cause we know we not talking to nobody this year. So y'all try out. Let me know. Come back, tell me for real.
What you mean? You ain't talking to nobody all 2022?
No, nobody likes me,
girl. We ain't gonna talk about that. We not gonna talk about that.
No one likes me.
Cause I will put lead on. I know they like you.
No, they don't.
I'm grabbing the mic now. Sometimes, you guys, people might be like, they don't like me. They just need to increase their text backs a little bit.
I text people back who I want to text.
And you know what? And that's period. As you should. And I hope that she changes her mind, you know, give somebody a chance. We'll see if that unravels this year. Don't just block it off like, no, you know. We kind of say, if it happens, it happens.
You know what happened my first few dates this year. Why would I continue with that type of energy?
Not those people. I'm just saying, be open to possibility. That's all I'm saying. When you shut your energy off, then you're shutting it down.
Fine. That's my try of the week.
Try the week. Just be open to possibility.
Yeah. Outside of that realm.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't.
I'm open to experiences, positive money, prosperity, abundance, all that great stuff. But people, I'm going to just get a new dog this year.
Not a new dog. Shaka need a sister. That was funny. But, yeah, so that was our tries of the week.
Yeah, and this is the end of our episode.
It is. So thank y'all for listening or watching. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Think Twice Podcast. Subscribe to our channel.
Like, review, share with a friend.
Definitely.
We appreciate all of that.
We do.
Yeah.
And that is episode motherfucking 5. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm excited.
Me too. But we will see y'all next time.
See you later.
Adios.
Amigos.